All right, Floss Tube, should we do this thing? Let's do it. Let's do Floss Tube number 17, my Nashville Needlework Market recap and catch up. I have missed you guys. It's been 2 weeks since my last Floss Tube video, but things have been a little crazy. I definitely think you know about Nashville Needlework Market and have been watching videos. I sure have. They've been really, really good. So this is just going to be my version of market recap. I've really loved seeing all of the different points of view people have about market and their own versions of how market went. Overall, I have heard nothing but amazing things, and I am just going to contribute to that amazing report, if you will, because it was awesome. Now, let me give you a quick background about my market point of view, just in case you aren't familiar with it. My mom is a needlework designer, has been for 25 years. I grew up at the ages of 13 to maybe 21 attending market with her as a helper. I also did release a couple of my own designs when I was 16, 17. Mom was basically my distributor through that endeavor. So that's a unusual, unique circumstance. And I was back for the first time after 14 years at market this year with my own company and my own line. It's Hello from Liz Matthews. So I very, very much consider myself fresh and new and learning, although I do have that past in the market. That was really wonderful because I got to reconnect with so many familiar faces, so many shop owners, so many designers, and just talk to them after so much time and still see them being such a big part of the market. It was really, really wonderful to just hug them and say hi. And they truly did kind of watch me grow up from that awkward age of 13 to what I am now, 24. So yes, I do very much consider myself new, and I'm taking it all in and absorbing it all. But wow, you guys, it was amazing. So let's back it up a little bit. Market prep was insane. Pre-orders were flowing in, and apparently pre-orders are kind of a new thing that maybe hasn't been around so much. I'm kind of like, why not? That helped me so much. If you are a shop owner who placed a pre-order, if you contacted your shop to place a pre-order, thank you. That was such a great kind of tell, so I could know what to bring. I did not run out of anything, happily. So happy about that. I had everything I needed. Oh, that's not true. I ran out of one punch needle chart. But as far as all my new releases go, I was able to send every shop owner home with exactly what they needed, which will be making their way to your hands soon, I hope. So prep was chaotic yet organized. Just a lot, I should say. It's just a lot, but organized. Mom and I left on Wednesday. We took 2 days to get down to Nashville. That was great. It was kind of leisurely. We weren't stressed out. We made plans the whole way about how to do the room, and it really worked out well. When we got into town, maybe midday on Thursday, we were able to unload and take our time setting up the room. We also got to stop in this cute little town next to the Embassy Suites convention hotel called Franklin, and we got a nice bite out to eat and shopped and browsed. It was gorgeous weather, and it was just this like really nice calm moment that we got to have, and I really, really enjoyed that. From there, we went back to the hotel. We got everything set up, and I got to connect with so many friends that I had made online. Sorry. My jaw kind of locks up sometimes. I have TMJ. If you see me making weird faces, that's what it is. I got to connect with so many friends that I had made online, on Instagram, on FlossTube, who were there either exhibiting or buying. And I have to say, you guys, that was the highlight of the whole trip. The whole trip that was about sales and, growing my business. And the highlight was making those face-to-face connections, whether it's shop owners that I've talked to, whether it's other designers. Oh my gosh, it was amazing. So I got to spend an evening getting to know some friends and then having a couple wines. And then Friday, we finished setting up the room because we were open for early bird shopping Friday night at 6. Now, I have attended market before, as I said. I kind of was familiar with how things work, shop owners coming in, picking up, ordering, whatever. I was in no way prepared for early bird shopping Friday evening. That was like whoosh, and it was fabulous. But I was like, hold on to your pants. This is what it's going to be like. And it was awesome. The only bad thing was that I wasn't able to spend time really connecting with everybody. I got to have little conversations here and there, but for the most part, shop owners also had a lot to do. But I just wanted to plop down and talk to everybody and see, like, how's your market going? What's going on? What are you excited about? What do you think? But I couldn't. I had to pass off their bags, send them on their way, because someone did the math for market, and shop owners have 8 minutes per room if they're stopping everywhere. That is no time at all. If you haven't pre-ordered and seen everybody's designs, I don't know how you do it. These shop owners worked their booty off, whether it was ordering, taking pre-orders, making sure they got everything, carrying, planning, pricing. In the evenings, Mom and I would close our door, maybe to the hotel downstairs, the restaurant downstairs, go out to eat. We were able to relax because we had been working up until that point for those sales days, and then in the evenings it was like a little bit of calm. Not for these shop owners. They would carry everything all day, buy what they needed to, get to their room, spend all night pricing, sorting, organizing, checking things off, and they didn't get that break. So whoa, did you guys work hard, and I am so appreciative of all that you do to make market possible, because without you, there'd be no market. So Michelle Bendy said it wonderfully. If you are at your LNS anytime soon picking up your market pre-orders, make sure you give them a nice thank you, because they really hustled hard. Kind of lost track there, but that was Friday, and then Saturday was the exact same. It was just overwhelming with happiness and shop owners coming in and chatting. And the overall takeaway that I got from most people was that this market was truly amazing. Everything's up and everything's happy. They're noticing an increase in cross-stitch interest. Sales are up. The number of exhibitors were up. The number of shop owners that came to shop were up. We did get the reports. We did get the reports from Needlework Retailer and Yarn Tree, who host the event, and they said for everything, it's up. And there was just this general buzz and happiness and energy about the whole market that I thought was really wonderful. And maybe that's there every year, but as a first-time exhibitor in a while, I certainly felt it, and I felt myself feeding off of it, and it was just so wonderful. Now, come Saturday, things slowed down for us. We were on the 5th floor, and I think that kind of got slammed the first 2 days of shopping, the early bird shopping. And Saturday, Mom and I were 2 doors over from Brenda Gervais and 3 doors over from Blackbird Designs. So the lines for their rooms spanned the whole floor. One went this way and one went this way. And I don't even know how they survived that. They've done it before. They have a plan in place, but whoa. So needless to say, the 5th floor was hit hard on Saturday morning, and I feel like by Sunday, all of the shoppers had dispersed to the other floors. There were 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th floor. So 4 floors for them to shop, which is a lot in not a little time. So they were all kind of making their way to everybody they needed to see. So by Sunday, we had kind of slowed down a little bit, and Mom said, hey, why don't you get out and go check things out? And I was like, okay, I'm off. I had a mental list of everybody I wanted to see. I wanted to stop in and see friends who were exhibiting. I wanted to do some sourcing and some shopping for the business. There was so much I wanted to do, and it's like it just went out of my head. It's so overwhelming because the whole time I'm also thinking, do I need to get back to the room? Am I missing something? Am I missing somebody? So my shopping was not what I hoped it would be, but I did get a chance to get some things, which I'll show you in the haul section of this video, and to visit with some friends. One person I was really, really interested in chatting with is Teresa Kogut, because we have chatted since my very first floss tube and when I first released my punch needle designs. And I got in to visit her room. You guys, her stuff is so gorgeous. Her pictures are wonderful, and what she has shared on FlossTube is wonderful, but nothing does it justice. Her punch needle is gorgeous and perfect. Her cross stitch patterns looked beautiful, and I was just really struck by all the loveliness and how beautifully she had everything laid out. And it was just a perfect example of seeing things in real life is so much better than seeing them online. So if you ever have a chance to see a Teresa Kogut trunk show, you're going to want to do that. She was also so lovely, and I'm so happy I got to meet her. I also got to visit with Bendy Stitchy, Michelle, who I was really looking forward to, and see all of her beautiful market releases. She had a really great show, and I'm so happy for her. I know that she will be back next year, as will I. There are so many people I got to visit with, and I will never remember all of these, and I apologize in advance if I am leaving you out, but I got to meet Steph from Lindy Stitches, Barbie Pedal Pusher, Diana, It Is Kismet. She is not a designer, but she was there helping Michelle, and I was just so happy to hug her and get to know her a little bit. Becky Nolan from Lucy Beam was there. She's been so helpful throughout this whole process, and I was happy to meet her. Beth Twist, of course, she was just a couple doors down from me. She and my mom have a long history together, and I was really happy to get to know her as well. Kia B and Nathan stopped in. One thing that I did learn from Market is I feel very involved and connected with the internet community, but I also now feel like there is so much more to learn. Like, I hadn't met Nathan before. I just recently got familiar with them through the Common Threaded Stitcher, and like, where was I? Was I living under a rock? This social media, digital cross-stitch needlework world is so big and wonderful, and I feel like I'm only just scratching the surface. So to get to meet them in person was really great. Kia, thank you so much for doing this Common Threaded Stitcher. I know that we are all loving it, and I believe that you are the founder of it and the brains behind it. So thank you so much, and it was so lovely to meet you. Steph from Just Keep Stitchin' was there with Barbara from Keepsakes, and meeting her was such a highlight. I think we had no more than 10 minutes together, because she was very clear heading into this that when she comes to Market, she is wearing a business hat. So I wanted to respect that very much, but getting to meet her was so wonderful. And she's one of those people that, although I didn't get to spend a lot of time with her, I just felt a connection, and that's wonderful. So I look forward to getting to know her more. There's so many people. I'm so sorry if I have left you off the list. Just know that meeting you was the very best part of Market, and I look forward to seeing you again next March. That took a weird diversion, but that was my Sunday. I did get out and walk around a little bit, not nearly enough. I saved the guidebook because I want to go back and see everybody I missed. There's so many thread companies and fiber dyeing companies and other designers that I didn't get to see, and I'm so bummed. So this is like awesome, and this big tease because I forgot to go. On Sunday, they did come around and give a flyer for next year's market, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I am going to be there March 5th through 7th. This is going up on my bulletin board. I will be there with Mom. It'll be another great year. I'm already kind of thinking and planning and adjusting and thinking for next year. It will be even better. The whole process with Mom makes it extra special. I mean, even the getting ready, everything about this being with my mom is, I don't know, is irreplaceable. So big thank you to Mom for helping me, guiding me, and doing all of this with me. I really appreciate it. That's unexpected. So let's go on to haul. I purchased some things. I was gifted some things. I had some things in the mail when I got home, and I want to share it all with you. Let's start with this lovely bag from Beth Twist. Somehow I managed to get my hands on one of these. I think I'm just going to hang it on my mannequin over there and fill it with happiness, because who doesn't love a Beth Twist bag? Her room was awesome. Consider the Lilies was, I mean, we all know it's big, but it was big and it was awesome. And Beth Twist had a great display, and I'm so happy to know her now. I'm not like some stranger messaging her, like she knows me now. So I got a Beth Twist bag. Thank you very much, Beth. And I also got some threads. I got all of the new Weeks Dye Works threads. They were given out to designers. I didn't have to purchase these, but there is a nice new palette coming out. Let me try to show these to you. Chances are you've already seen them on the internets, but let me kind of give you a look at them. There, that's nice, right? You know I love a neutral. This is really nice. On the end we have banana pudding. This neutral, which I think I will be using a lot, is called Arrowhead. It's kind of a cream color, really lovely. Then we have Lavender Rose, Yukon Gold, Lily Pad, and Blue Suede. And I'm really excited to see how this green kind of complements the other greens in their line. I guess I do a lot of greens, a lot of leaves, and I'm always excited to see another green pop up. So yay, new colors from Weeks. When I was in their room, I did pick up a new yard of linen. This is parchment linen, and this had been on my list to my list to get for a while. And I was kind of like, oh my gosh, it's still here on Sunday, because these fiber dealers were picked over. You can tell that on Friday night, like, shop owners descended and picked everything they wanted, because by Sunday when I was able to walk around in like lunchtime, there was not much left. So for this to be there was a find, and I was like, yes, I'm getting that, absolutely. So I got the Zweigart based parchment linen in 36 count. You will no doubt start to see this pop up in my designs coming up. And oh my gosh, to have a yard is like luscious. I love it. So that was that. And then I also made my way to R&R Reproductions, and let's talk about picked over and not a lot left. They were just a couple doors down from me. I should have gone over there sooner, but I didn't. And you guys, this is so me. I'm not kidding you, there were maybe 10 yards of, like, that's all they had left of everything, of every count, of everything. There was no 36 count, but I wanted to buy R&R Reproduction linen so badly that I bought a yard of 40 count Stars Hollow. Do I stitch on 40? No. Am I a little bit scared of 40? Yes. Did that stop me? No, because I felt like I needed to get something. I have talked about it before. R&R has a little bit of a special place in my heart because I feel like they're such pillars in the needlework community. They knew me when I was a little girl. I just have fond memories. They kind of like are Nashville needlework market to me. I don't know why. They always will be, and I do really want to get down to their shop in Virginia Beach soon to check that out. But I think it's just because I have memories of mom loving their linen and using it and getting so excited about it. And now here I am, and I bought 40 count. I bought a yard of 40 count, no less. I hope I adjust and like it. It is certainly gorgeous. I did get Pat's contact information so that hopefully I can get an order in for 36 count as well, because that's my like sweet spot fabric count. But turns out it's gonna be 40 now. Wish me luck. I need some new glasses, but oh, R&R reproduction linen, this is gonna sound so weird, has a smell. And it's like one of those smells I remember from being young. So this made me really happy. Maybe a impulse purchase, maybe, but I did it nonetheless. So that was my linen haul from Market. I did also place an order with Fiber on a Whim for some fat quarters of a couple different colors, and I'm really excited to try them. It's really exciting to me to find new vendors, new dyers, new suppliers to go with my tried and true, like, you know, these guys. So they should be coming in a while. I was like, no rush. I've got things planned. I'm thinking now of fall releases. So we'll see. I will, of course, keep you posted when those come in. Excuse me. I did pick myself up this tumbler. This is from, I'm 99% sure, is from Joseph's Workshop. They do like thread drops and etched laser cut wood, and they also have these tumblers. I don't know if you can see it, but it says keep calm and stitch on, which feels exceptionally poignant right now. Not even going to get into it, but I hope that everybody is being very safe and healthy. Keep in mind that although you may be feeling very healthy, there are other people out there who are susceptible, and maybe just take some time away for their sake. That's all I'm going to say. Except there are probably a lot of orders going out to online retailers for stitching supply things. Let's try to look at the silver lining of this, I guess. What else can you do? Be safe, silver lining. Okay, I also went to Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler as I know her from way back when, Teresa Vinette. I went to her room. It was awesome. She's distributing for some really great designers a la Tracy Riffle, and I enjoyed seeing all of her models and seeing all she had. Now, books are a total weakness of mine. I've talked about it before. Spunky Jen got me into it because she also collects books, and that just was like opening up a rabbit hole for me because I can't afford a ton of antique samplers, but I can afford the books. So Teresa Vinette had a ton of old, out of print, hard to get books, and I picked a couple out, and I just wanted to share with you the ones I got. Now, what I'm looking for when I buy a book is color pictures, information, and a lot of needlework. Like, let's be real, these books, they're not cheap. This was $28. I want to get a lot of bang for my buck. This is actually on the cheaper end. I'll tell you the prices of all of them because you can also order them from Teresa, which is really cool. So if you see something that you like that I'm sharing here, she has more online that you can go get that you probably can't get many other places. So she has a great selection. And this is just one of the ones I picked up. Embroidered Stories, Scottish Samplers. I have a deep love for Dutch and Scottish samplers, so this was really great. I just happened to flip to you see that world map sampler? I have a world map sampler on my like one day I will own it list, and this has some beautiful pictures of it. Okay, I can't find it again, but this is full color, a really, really great book, still available on her website, so you can pick that up. I also chose to treat myself to Ohio is My Dwelling Place book. This was a little pricier at $35. That's actually like really great for one of these books. And it's another really, oh, you guys know how good I am at this, really beautiful book with a lot of pictures and a lot of history and a lot of inspiration. Someone asked me to do a flip through of this on Instagram, and I am going to do that. That reminds me, when I've done my haul, we need to talk social media. Okay, remind me. So this is a really gorgeous book, excuse me. And I will do that flip through in more detail for you over on my Instagram. That was gorgeous. And then for my birthday, Mom treated me to 2 books. My birthday's in it's the 20th. So she let me pick out a couple books, and I went for some good ones. This is American Needlework Treasures by Betty Ring. My friend Carol, who was helping us Carol at Sampler Farm, who was helping us in our room, told me that Betty Ring is kind of like the authority in the needlework business. And she actually owned, I think, all of these pieces and had quite a collection. This book is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. If you ever have the chance to get this book, I don't even know why I'm trying to do this, you definitely want to check it out. You definitely want to get your hands on it and give it a look, because it's darn good. So I got that one. And then lastly, Mom got me this Delaware Discoveries Girlhood Embroidery. It's a beaut. It was the most expensive at $75. You can get this on Teresa's website. I'm terrified that I'm going to drop this. Take my word for it. It's good. Okay, that's just a random page for you. Let's do another random page. It's really good. If you are a historic sampler lover, you're gonna maybe want to scope this book out. They are available on Kitten Stitcher. She also has another book by this same author that I'm thinking about ordering, so don't you guys order all of them until I get my hands on one. That's all about, I think it's called Daughters of Columbia. It's all samplers done in the Washington, D.C. area, which is kind of interesting to me because that's where we are. We're outside of Baltimore. We're about an hour from Washington, D.C., so they would all be local. But you guys, these books are amazing, so I can't recommend them enough. Now, I did come home to one piece of Happy Mail, and it is my very own project bag from Christy at Cross Hatch Quilts. Brenda and Laura of Brenda and the Cereal Starter, I get that wrong every time, posted that Christy was making these bags with French General fabric, and I love them. And I was able to slide into Christy's production schedule, and this arrived when I was at market, and I was so happy to fill it up. It's already full. It has my threads for the next project, linen. My next project is going to be a reproduction. There's the color palette. But this is a beautiful, well-constructed bag. And if you don't follow Christy on FlossTube, she is Cross Hatch Quilts, and you definitely want to give her a follow because she finishes fast, and I love everything that she finishes. All of her choices are really, really lovely pieces. So anyway, that was my haul Happy Mail from the last couple weeks. I mentioned that I wanted to talk social media real quick, and what I want to say about that is that I think it's becoming more of a topic, even places like Nashville Needlework Market. There was a forum both before and after market for shop owners and exhibitors to go, and I so regret that I didn't do it. It kind of just slipped my mind. Like, you close the door at market and we were packing up a trunk show and things are just hectic. But I heard so many good things about these forums, and people who attended were really, really happy. And something that Steph from Just Keep Stitching touched on, which I heard again and again throughout market, is how social media is affecting the market and how stores are embracing it or need to embrace it, and how floss tubers are really changing things, and how Instagram lets everybody be connected in the best way. It's things that I suspected or knew and feel like I have embraced, but it's really interesting to hear it in the middle of a booth talking about, or in the middle of our room making sales, people saying, oh, somebody saw this on FlossTube and they wanted to pick it up. And it's just crazy how connected we are, and I personally think it's fabulous. There were Julie, Gulf Coast Stitches, was in our room with her daughter. She was picking up her pre-order, and her daughter went live on Instagram. I actually don't know if it's Instagram. She went live on Facebook, on Instagram, something, and was showing off everything to their customers who were at home, and their customers were adding things to their pre-order. Does that make sense? Like, their customers got to feel like they were there shopping with Julie for themselves, which I think is just the coolest thing. So hop on over to Steph and Pam's channel. I'll link them below, because Steph says it way better than me, and she has a very interesting take, because she is not only a avid stitcher, but she works for Keepsake. So she is the orderer for an LNS. So like I said, she says it way better than me, but there was just this underlying, like, you never got far without hearing about social media, or I saw you on Instagram, or I saw you on FlossTube, or something like that. And I really, really liked that, because I just love the social connection that we're able to make through our phones, through the internet, so much. And it makes this world seem so much smaller and friendlier, and I love it. And there's so much for me still to learn, but I sure am loving it. So because that is such a big topic of conversation, I wanted to do a giveaway to a couple ladies who have been with me through this whole process on Instagram. I personally like Instagram because it's where conversations happen and there's response back and forth, and you can really connect with people. So my giveaways, I don't think are going to be the traditional FlossTube giveaways anymore. I just want to call out some people who have made this experience a little more special for me, and I want to thank you. Please contact me. I want to send you the chart of your choice, because I've really loved getting to know you, and also the fact that you take time out of your day to encourage me and cheer me on using social media. So Cindy Stitches, please contact me. Shannon Bromo, I hope I'm saying that right, please contact me. I would like to send you guys something just as a thank you, because your support really has meant a lot. And you can look forward to more giveaways like this in the future. Let's embrace that social media and really making those connections. So with that, I think I will close out the Nashville segment of this FlossTube. There might be something that pops into my head as I go, but we'll close it out for now. What I have been working on are new releases for May. It's kind of hard to believe, because I'm still shipping all of these new releases that I just debuted at Market. My distributor doesn't even have my copies yet. That's going out next week. If you're a shop owner, know that Hoffman and Yarn Tree will be getting their patterns this coming week. You'll start to see those on their websites, and you'll be able to place orders for that in the near future. But my mind is already cruising on to my next release date. Both Mom and I are going to have patterns released in May. I will have 4. I'm not exactly sure how many Mom will have yet, but she did agree to do a new FlossTube with me when we are releasing those patterns. So yay, everybody. Oh my gosh, everybody at Market I loved every time I heard them say, I saw your floss tube, I saw your floss tube, loved your video, to Mom. I think she liked it too, and I think I might be able to get her on here a few more times with me, so that's coming. But as far as my May releases go, as I promised, the first day of Christmas tree in cross stitch form will be released in May. I know you guys have been waiting for that, and I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I hate not being able to share with you what I have been working on. And I know it's the way things have always been done, and it's what you do. You kind of wait to reveal your new patterns. Now, somebody I have seen not do that is Teresa Kogut. She's always sharing her works in progress, and I honestly don't know what I am afraid of or why I don't share my works in progress with you. It would be so much more fun. So we're switching things up a little bit. If another designer should feel so inclined as to I don't know what, bad karma on you, I'm going to hope that doesn't happen and the world is a nice place. And I'm going to start sharing some of my upcoming releases with you. Now, I'm not going to give all of the details. It's going to be probably just like a, this is what I'm working on, this is what I'm finding kind of thing. And we'll see how that goes. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but I really just want to be able to share more cross stitch with you because that is how I'm spending so much of my time. So we have this piece, which I completed. Not gonna say much about that. You will see it coming. I'm not giving everything away with this, don't worry, but this is something that I have been working on. You guys, I didn't get to stitch for 2 weeks for Nashville, like leading up to Nashville, and then getting back filling orders. It was only yesterday or the night before that I sat down and stitched, and oh, did I miss it. It just makes me such a happier person. I think to take the time to work on something in my hands and to be able to think, it just, I need it. I need it. There's no other way around it. So I got to get this almost completed the last couple nights. There you go. We'll see how this goes. And then I have also started on this piece. Not much to see there, just a nice little border. This is on Fog by Picture This Plus. It's a 32 count linen, which does feel a little bit big to me. I swear I'm a 36 girl / 40 girl now. But I really just love the modeling in this piece, and the color was just right for what I wanted. So you are now seeing some of my May releases coming together, works in progress whips. And I think that's all I got for you. I will be on Instagram a lot. Hello from Liz Matthews if you haven't found me there already. And I will leave it there. I hope you guys have a great Friday the 13th. Please wash your hands, stay safe, and take care. I will be back later.